Hey everybody, welcome back to Fretboard Yoga. Today we're going to work with the D major scale along with some slides and some chords in the key of D. So you're going to start out with your first finger on the 3rd fret, 2nd string. You also have another D nearby, which is your 4th string. So these two are an octave apart. We'll use that low D in a moment, but first we're just going to play with the D major scale, starting on that D note on the 2nd string. And a whole step is where we skip a fret in between, and a half step is where we go 1 fret over. So it's whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. And here you'll see the scale chart with the fretboard. So we're starting on the 3rd fret, and you'll see on the 2nd string we're skipping a fret. So slide just your first finger. Then we're going to go another whole step, half step, whole step, whole, and one more whole step, and a half step. So we want to get our other fingers involved again. We just want to warm everything up. Start with your first finger on the 3rd fret, then skip a fret with your middle finger. We want to start cultivating a nice stretch between these two fingers, and then skip another fret, use your 4th finger. Keep your fingers really close. I was lifting mine to show you, but you want to keep them really close to the fretboard. You don't want your fingers lifting up super far, because then it's going to be hard to find where you are again. And we want to start getting the strength to keep your fingers close to the fretboard. All right, so now skip up to the 8th fret with your first finger again. This is between the 3rd and 4th dots if you have dots on your fretboard. And then your 2nd finger on the 10th fret. And then your 4th finger on the 12th. So let's do that set one more time. Now to the 14th fret and 15th fret with the 1st and 2nd fingers. Let's try those sets again. On the 3rd fret, 1st finger, then 2nd finger skipping a fret, 4th finger, then kind of cross over, whole step, whole step, 1st finger on the 14th fret, skipping a fret from the 2 dots, that's where the 12th fret is, so 14th fret and 15th fret. Now we're going to practice some sliding. On the 3rd fret, you're going to slide your 1st finger to the 5th fret. Now this takes a little bit of time if you're new to guitar, so you want to pivot from your thumb on the back or carry it with you depending on your flexibility. And then you don't want to push down too hard. Then you'll hear each individual fret. And so that's a little too hard. You want to lift up a little bit and keep the pressure on, but not too much that you hear each individual fret as you go by. So if you're not pressing hard enough, it will just kind of stop the sound. So it's a balance. So try that a couple times. Now we're going to try your 1st finger sliding up to the 7th fret from 5. So try that same thing. And then 7 to 8. One more time. 8 to 10. 10 to 12. 12 to 14, one more time, and 14 to 15, half step. Now we're going to try that same thing with your 2nd finger, going from 3 to 5, just one time, and now 5 to 7, 7 to 8, another whole step, same thing, half step. If this is difficult at first, don't worry. We're just testing out to see what fingers are strong enough to do the slide and which ones might need a little bit more work. So now we're going to try your third finger. Slide 3 to 5, 5 to 7, half step, whole step, same thing, whole step, and half step. Now the fun part, we're going to try your fourth finger, and this might be really challenging, so don't worry, don't judge. We're just trying it out. 3 to 5, 5 to 7. I'll just let you try it on your own. All right. That should have gotten your fingers warmed up, and especially with that fourth finger, we really need to work on that one because we usually don't use it in day-to-day life. And so if nothing else, you're gaining a great callus on that fingertip and some strength to push down a little bit better. Now we're going to play some chords in the key of D, and our first chord will be D. Put your third finger on the 3rd fret, that D that we've been playing, 3rd fret, 2nd string, and then your second finger on the 2nd fret, 1st string, first finger on the 2nd fret, 3rd string. So you're making a little triangle with your middle finger pointing down. And then your D note is the lowest note that you will play. We don't want to play your A or your E, and you'll see this on the chart. You'll see 2 X's on the A string and the E string, so that means don't play those. So this is our D chord. And while we're holding down the D chord, we're going to work with the right hand a little bit to do a finger picking pattern. Put your thumb on the 4th string right above it. Your first finger will go right below the 3rd string, middle finger right below the 2nd string, and your ring finger right below the 1st string. Now you want to have your thumb out front, kind of ahead of the set of 3 fingers. That helps keep your wrists straight, and it also makes it so that finger picking will be easier because your thumb isn't going to be hitting your fingers every time. Give your fingers some pressure here. You're just going to squeeze them together a little bit, gently, and then let them go. You don't want to jerk your hand out like this. We want to keep your hand nice and still, and it's just your fingers. So they're kind of going like this. It's moving toward your palm. So try that, keeping your thumb in front of the fingers toward the neck of your guitar. Just try that a few times. So this is the motion that you'll use for each individual finger. Now we're going to try each note at a time. So thumb first on the 4th string, first finger on the 3rd, middle finger, and ring. So try that a few times. Now your left hand's probably getting tired at this point, so go ahead and shake it out. I like pretending to flick water. That's a nice way to release your hand. You can also try this without the cord if your hand's really tired. Totally fine. But let's go back to the D if you're ready. You might go a little slower. And this takes some time. Don't worry if it's not 100% working yet. These are all just little pieces to the puzzle here. Now we're going to play E minor. Your first finger is going to go to the 2nd fret on the 5th string. And then your second finger will go right underneath that on the 4th string, 2nd fret. When we're working with a finger picking pattern, with the right hand you're going to play with your thumb on the 6th string because that's the E note. So try the pattern there with your other 3 fingers in the same place. Technically, you don't need your fingers on the fretboard here. You can just take those off. But I'm teaching you the chord, so if you wanted to strum this instead, you can just go ahead and do that. And then it's really easy to get to G next. We're going to keep your first finger where it is and move your middle finger up to the 3rd fret on the 6th string, and then your ring finger on the 3rd fret, 1st string. So these are kind of on opposite sides of the fretboard. Keep your picking pattern the same because your root note is a G on the 3rd fret. Those are the 3 chords that we're going to use in this salutation. We're going to do that 4 times on each one. Then E minor. To the G, keep your first finger in the same place. Keep this right hand just going here. So if any of that is not working, you can strum. Just do maybe 4 strums. And one little trick that you can use is that your bass note is open. So you can use that as you're switching to the E minor. Like this, play the open note. The trick is to just keep your right hand going. So now it's choose your own adventure time. You can either slide around in the scale and improvise a little bit. No wrong way to do that. So if you hit a note that doesn't sound quite right, the right note, or the note that will sound better, is on either side of it. So you're just exploring a little bit with that scale, or go ahead and play the chords with me with the finger picking pattern. You can always work on this more and then come back and try the other way. So choose what adventure you'd like for today and get your right hand, if you're playing chords, ready to go. 4th finger is on the 4th string right now to be on the bass note of the D. And you want to stay nice and relaxed through either adventure that you're taking. So here we go. Go ahead and close your eyes whenever you can. If you're not ready to close your eyes with the chords, just keep your gaze soft and really relaxed here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. A D again. Stay there on D. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we switch to G. Switch to D. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time on the D. Don't forget to breathe. slow down a little bit. And play a D chord. So thank you for joining me today. The light and the music in me salutes the light and the music in you. Namaste. If you're enjoying these videos, please like and subscribe. If you'd like to become a patron to help me make more of these lessons and be the first to get them as they come out, along with behind the scenes and probably some really goofy edits, you can go to my website at fretboardyoga.com and click on subscribe. And you can also take a guitar lesson with me through Zoom anywhere in the world, and I can help you with any issues you may be having. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Be well.